are looking for in terms of your requirement and all that, so he cannot participate in the election?
Yeah, the rules are rules, and they've got to be followed to the letter. So what the football committee of the Federation of Ivorian Football, IFIF, what they are saying is that his candidacy is rejected because he did not make the requirements. You are supposed to be nominated by 8 different federations, but for him, 2 of the groups that nominated him, unfortunately, had also nominated someone else, and because of that, they say it is not going to be accepted. They nominated the first vice president of the Ivorian Football Federation, Sori Diabate, who seems to be the candidate to beat. He seems to be the one that everybody is supporting. At least most of them are supporting him. Even the Association of Former Internationals backed Diabate. So they said a club like Africa Sports, for instance, is one of those that supported Didier Drogba, but they had previously backed the candidacy of Diabate, so you cannot be nominating 2 candidates. They also said that a body representing referees, AMAF CI, had also backed Diabate. So because of this, Drogba does not have the required number of nominations to clear the hurdle to be allowed to contest the election. So because of this, they said that he did not qualify. So as it is now, only 2 candidates were cleared. One of them, of course, is Diabate, and then we've got another person, Yasin Idris Diallo, who is a former FIF 3rd vice president. So these are the candidates that are left. They rejected also the candidacy of Paul Kofi Kowadio. So because of this, it now means that only Diabate and Idris Diallo are left to contest the election. However, from what we are getting right now, there might be a lifeline for Didier Drogba, because World Football Governing Body, FIFA, they have waded into the matter, and they seem to think that there might be, you know, some unpleasant things going on. Maybe it's unfair what they did, the way they went about it. So they have asked the Ivorian Football Federation to submit latest today, Friday, the initial files of the people, I think 5 of them, that indicated interest in contesting the election. So the file of Didier Drogba will be sent. FIFA wants to, they want to look at the files themselves to be sure that Didier Drogba did not qualify to contest the election. So Fatma Samora, who is FIFA Secretary General, we know she's from Senegal, she has written to the Federation of Ivorian Football Federation, Federation of Ivorian Football, to tell them that they must send those documents latest by today, Friday, the 28th of August. So because of this now, Didier Drogba might be cleared by World Football Governing Body, FIFA. So she sent the letter Friday, on Thursday, which was the same day that FIF said Didier Drogba was not qualified. So now we're just getting that information at the moment. So it seems that there might be a lifeline for him. Many people, you could tell from when Didier Drogba came to submit his nomination forms, his declaration of interest in the to contest the FIF presidency. The way people came out, you could tell who most of the people, whatever, we didn't say that of the Abate, so maybe it will be unfair to just say, but you know how much Didier Drogba is loved. Unfortunately, it is not everybody that can contest the election. It's not the presidential election that we are talking about. So in that case, they say, look at the crowd that Didier Drogba has. I'm sure the entire football congress of Ivory Coast is not up to the number of people that we saw following Drogba when he came to submit his form. So we've got to play by the rules. If it is only those guys that are duly elected into certain positions that can vote for who becomes president of the Football Federation, then maybe many of them, I do not know why, but they don't seem to like Didier Drogba very much. It seems that they are backing Diabate, and maybe in a free and fair election, it is Diabate that will win the election. I don't know, but it's like maybe Didier Drogba did not declare his intentions on time, and this man has already gained so much ground. So it was really disappointing when we even saw his own, what was supposed to be his primary constituency, the Association of Former Internationals, not backing him, because they said, look, they didn't know anything about his manifesto, they didn't know what he wanted, but Diabate spoke to them and was able to carry them along. And Diabate, he seems to understand the politics of Ivorian football, because almost every group seems to be backing him. So let's see what the FIFA intervention will do, if that will clear Didier Drogba to contest the election. But going by what we've seen and the way different groups have been backing Diabate, except maybe they are going to extend it a bit and get other people to vote. But if it is just the Football Federation, from what we have been getting, Diabate seems like the candidate a bit.
Well, I think it's good that FIFA will be intervening in this issue to see how far the whole process, has been. And from what we are getting from the Drogba's campaign manager, talking about Eugene Diomande, he has said that they are really calm about the whole issue, and it's really sad for Ivorian game because Didier Drogba wants to help. And really, if you look at the way Didier Drogba and his teammates helped to stop the war, in Ivory Coast, one could understand that yes, Didier is ready to give back to the society. Yes, I know it's really, really huge to be the president of your football federation, but on the other hand, you could tell from what Didier has been doing as an individual, to really give back to the Ivorians, in different ways. He has built institutions to help the people, but then I think this is a different ballgame. And if FIFA looks at it and say, okay, I think this is the way it should go, maybe Drogba might be favored to participate. But from the way things are going, I don't know why people are not really backing Didier Drogba as somebody who has really done well when it comes to football. But they are all supporting the current vice president Diabate. But now that FIFA they have voted in, let's see how the outcome will look like. If Didier will get a lifeline to contest or not to contest. But then I think it's really good the way things are going out. We should follow the due process. If there is anything that FIFA find out that it's not going the right way, I think they are the governing body, they also have the interest and they'll do the right thing. So Didier should just keep fingers crossed that maybe after FIFA look at it, he could be favored. But right now, I think he should just stay on the fence, because right now things are not going in his direction.
I think basically what FIFA wants to ensure is that Didier Drogba or any other candidate was not unfairly rejected. That's what they want to clear. So they have asked the FIF to submit the files of all 5 candidates. But until that is done, they are suspending all electoral activities for the FIF. Let me quote what Samora wrote in her letter. Pending your documents and information, we invite you to suspend all actions relating to the electoral process until further notice. So this is what FIFA said to the FIF, and this is to ensure that they see all the documents and then they will verify for themselves whether it is true that Didier Drogba did not meet the requirements to be cleared for the final hurdle. But something I don't know. As I said, it is good for them to follow the due process. But if you are so sure that another candidate will defeat Didier Drogba, I mean, why not allow him go all the way to contest the election? If the other person that we've been talking about is likely to win it, especially Diabate, if you know that he has the votes already, there is no way that Didier Drogba will defeat him. Why not clear him, let him go there and let them slug it out in the election? But as I said, of course, if it is true that Didier Drogba did not meet the requirement, then they cannot be bending the rules just because it's Didier Drogba. They've got to allow him, they've got to disqualify him. But I'm just wondering, and I'm hoping that they are not, trying to play games here. I hope it is true what they are saying, that Africa Sports and the body that represents referee, they've already backed the candidacy of other someone else. But I don't know, are they telling us now that these bodies are not aware that we are not supposed to back the candidacy of two different persons? So why would they have done that? But maybe after FIFA they finish their verification, we'll see exactly where the problem is, and if Didier Drogba gets to contest the election, if he would be able to defeat Diabate in the elections proper.
Okay, we'll go for a break now. When we come back, we'll talk more on the show this evening. In fact, if a fast transfer is concerned in the English Premier League, the sky is blue.
See that the winner for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people will have a 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 4 people will win smartphones every hour, every day. The one will sweep it past here. Now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you know the 9 Mobile customer, move from our site or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphone, we go summer you with free 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instant plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 full year. So make you recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. 9 Mobile.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us on the show this lovely Friday evening. Okay, let's move it up now. Let's go straight to the United Kingdom and take a bus to ride in England, where Chelsea, they've confirmed the signing of Brazilian legend Thiago Silva. He's 35 and they've given him a year contract right there at Stamford Bridge, and also with the option of 1 more year. That is what we saw in this immediate last season, rather, with Paris Saint-Germain, what we saw in the Champions League. He can even impress more or even perform to that level. It gets one more Chelsea, but the wages big. It's a big match, so he gets more of the wages. But it came on a free. So Chelsea, they've confirmed Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva. These guys are still on the verge of confirming that they finally wrap up the contract between them, Bayer Leverkusen, and of course Kai Havertz.
Yeah, the only thing that will be left after Kai Havertz is confirmed is a goalkeeper. I think they need to sort that out if they really want to challenge for the title. Well, even if they don't win anything next season, I think people will still be patient with them. But in 2 seasons' time or in 3 seasons, of course, Chelsea will be expected to challenge and start winning titles. They were horrible last season, but you can excuse them, horrible in quotes, because of the history of Chelsea. But otherwise, it was a pretty decent season. They finished 4th, qualified for the Champions League, then made the final of the FA Cup. But you know, with Roman Abramovich, that is just not good enough. So they've got to go out and get some quality players. They have spent a whole lot on their attack, and you think it's going to become better. I imagine this new forward players coming in. I already have somebody like Christian Pulisic, who was brilliant every time that he was fit for Frank Lampard last season. But they've got to look at the defense. They considered 54 goals in the Premier League last season. That is the worst of all the teams that are in the top half of the Premier League. I think it was about the 2nd or 3rd worst in the entire EPL last season. They were just lucky that they scored many goals too. It wiped off many of their goal difference, and that's why Manchester United even finished ahead of them on goals difference. But you could see clearly that they needed to work on the defense. They wanted some players, but the money going, because they had to spend so much, especially on Kai Havertz. That's why they knew that they could not afford to be spending big on defenders. But they brought in a 50 million left back. So the next thing, I think, is the best deal that they've done. Getting somebody who is experienced, who is good. Yeah, he is 35, 36, because in 3 weeks' time he's going to be 36. But even at that age, he captained Paris Saint-Germain to the final of the Champions League. Played against the best attack in world football at the moment. And you saw what he did. Yeah, it was just one goal that they considered. He made tackles, he even cleared a goal-bound shot and did so many stuff. You did not see anywhere where you would say, oh, his pace let him down, or he's too old, he could have been able to clear this ball. He still played as well as you expected from someone who's much younger. So I think he's going to be a wonderful addition to Chelsea. His experience, I think his presence there is even going to help improve the entire back line because he can command. The only thing I do not know, I don't know if he speaks English. Yeah, because it's very good to communicate when you are at the back. Forward players, the communication is still important, but most times it is just about the universal language of football takes over. If you are in an offensive position, I mean, you are with the ball and you know the next person behind you is running into space, so he doesn't need to tell you pass. You just need to hit the ball. But in the defense, you need to communicate. You need to tell him go for the tackle or pull back or something. So you need that communication. That's why it is very important that the players at the back must be able to communicate in a language that they all understand. So he might, as I said, I do not know how fluent his English is. He might have to brush up, or they may be forced to leave somebody who can speak French fluently. For instance, Coach Zuma. He speaks French. Yes, he's French, and we know that Thiago Silva has played in France for a long time. Yeah, so he speaks French too. So, and Coach Zuma speaks English. So maybe the communication will be from Coach Zuma to Thiago Silva, and Coach Zuma will tell the other guys. And besides, even Cesar Azpilicueta, if it's Cesar Azpilicueta playing right flank, Cesar Azpilicueta speaks French. So the only person there will be Ben Chilwell, the left back. Yeah, so maybe he will now have to learn a bit of French, or they will have to communicate with him in English, and then maybe the goalkeeper, if they are keeping Kepa Arrizabalaga, I don't know if he speaks fluent French, but I think they will basically have to sort themselves out. Yeah, I think he's been there for 2 years now, so he should be able to communicate in English. But look, when you look at it generally, you have got to say, given the circumstances that we have, I mean, if you are going to get a world class, he's still world class at 35. But if you are going to look at someone who is a bit younger, like Kalidou Koulibaly, for instance, you know it's going to cost you your left arm to get somebody like Kalidou Koulibaly. So the opportunity just came, and Chelsea went for it, and it's great what they were able to do, getting a player like Thiago Silva on the free. And I think he backs himself to even play for 2 or 3 seasons. He said it that he even wants to play at the next World Cup for Brazil. So next World Cup is in 2022. He's going to be 37, going 38 at the World Cup. You know, so for somebody who still wants to play at the World Cup, for somebody who just led the team to the final of the UEFA Champions League, you know how good he is. And all his career, we followed him. You know that he is a world-class player. He's somebody that's he's got. There are some people that you just meet and you know this guy is a born leader. I've spoken so highly about Stephen Keshi, and you see people like that, John Terry. But when you even, it doesn't have to wear the skipper's band for you to know this guy is the captain, and that's why there were even talks that maybe Frank Lampard promised to make him the captain of Chelsea, and that's why he came. But we now know that Cesar Azpilicueta will continue as captain. But with Reece James pushing Cesar Azpilicueta for the right back position, maybe he will not play every match next season. And in some games, I suspect that we will see Thiago Silva wearing the skipper's armband for Chelsea. But if he does, as I said, he doesn't even need to wear the armband for you to know that you have a leader in Thiago Silva.
Van Dijk is doing at Liverpool right now. Okay, still talking about transfer, let's still stay in London. Let's go to Crystal Palace now. They've announced the signing of should I call him Nigerian or English?
Awaiting Super Eagles.
Eberechi, so you understand why I'm saying I'm confused. Eberechi Eze, we've spoken highly of him, what he has been doing with the championship side Chris Barker. Unfortunately, he has been waiting to get them to the Premier League, but obviously they are still in the Championship rather. So they decided to part with him. They signed on for initial £16 million, and on add-ons they can get up to £4 million. So wrapping it up to about £20 million thereabout. So Eberechi rather is now an Eagle that they call them Eagles, Crystal Palace player. So looking forward to what he can
I
do.
wish for
this
his
season.
sake he will be an Eagle in his club and also
Super
be an
Eagles,
Eagle with his national team. Yeah, they have spoken to him a couple of times. He has really been given this NFF the cold shoulder. Well, as we've said several times, Nigeria should not be begging anyone. But if he decides to give it a try, we'll welcome him. I think he's a very technical player. Along with Said Benrahma, I think they are the two most naturally gifted players in the championship. Now that he has come to the Premier League, we're waiting to see what will happen with Said Benrahma. A couple of top clubs have been linked with him. We don't know. He was very considered him the best player in the championship last season, so maybe he too will be coming to the championship. But for Eberechi, I'm happy that he will come to the Premier League. I want to see if he's able to do all the stuff that he did in the championship. Because let's face it, it's of a lower quality than the Premier League. So if he's able to do that, yeah, I will be super delighted if he can switch allegiance to Nigeria.
I was even expecting big clubs to go for Eberechi, given the fact that he's naturally gifted and talented. But then I think Crystal Palace, it's going to be a boost for them, because if you look at the fee, 16 million, add-ons 4 million, everything 20 million. We've seen some players who are not as good as he is, and you see their valuation and all that. So I think it's good leaving the championship for the Premier League club, which is Crystal Palace. I think it's good, but maybe after a year or two, bigger clubs will come settling for.
As if he's able to cut it in the Premier League, because sometimes they do so well in the championship. They come to the Premier League and they just basically disappear. I'm waiting to see what Patrick Bamford will do in the Premier League. He gained promotion with Leeds United, so let's see what he will be able to do. Many of them who were excellent scoring goals and everything. Well, Timo Pukki, you saw what happened when he gained promotion with Norwich. He started, was doing well, but later he just fizzled. He just became like an average, even less than average, So the English Premier League is really, really tough. And when you are coming in from the championship, you've got to really improve to cut it in the Premier League. So I am waiting. I hope that he can really excite us. But look at Dele Ali. He even came from a much lower division, but he was able to excel in the Premier League. So I pray Eberechi is able to do the same thing.
Okay, ahead of the FA Community Shield, they call it now, tomorrow, Jurgen Klopp was asked this question: if Liverpool are in for Lionel Messi, said no, that Lionel Messi is one player that they would love to have. Any club coming to the English Premier League would be something big to boost the English Premier League, but obviously English is already big already. But for Liverpool, they're not getting that money right now. Okay, let's talk about the Chiefs tomorrow. If they win, Liverpool to be the first time in 14 years that they will lay their hands on the Chiefs. It's not something that most clubs or people regard, or fans rather, as one big thing, but they have not won it in 14 years.
Yeah, it's the cutting result, and for you to begin to start a new season, you try to get the positive results in the very first game. And when you look at the two clubs, they are big clubs, and they both won titles. That's the reason why they are starting the new season. But then I think Liverpool, looking at the two sides, I think you give it to Liverpool based on what they did last season. But for Arsenal, having won the FA Cup for the 14th time, Teta will want to make a bold statement by beating the Premier League champions. So it's going to be a fantastic match. Honestly, it's going to be too close to call, but I think we expect goals from that game, because we look at what Aubameyang single-handedly did for the Gunners last season. I think he shouldered the responsibility. Yes, he's the captain, but sometimes the captain needs others to help him to do very well. Even Bukayo Saka was really outstanding last season for the Gunners, and he's one of those that people are beginning to ask questions about. When he was not among those invited by Gareth Southgate. Though for me, I'm happy that he wasn't invited. This is an opportunity for Nigeria to throw invitation to him to see if he will accept. But notwithstanding, I think when you look at both sides, you think, okay, it's going to be a match-watching game. But then let's see how far it will go. But for Liverpool, I know this season they are ready to win everything that comes their way, but then it's not going to be easy because they are facing the Gunners, who also know how to win titles. So for me, I don't know, I cannot predict where this match will swing, but I think whoever gets to win, I will see that team as the better side on that day.
So it's 4:30 p.m. Nigerian time. For the first time in 12 12 years. The Women's FA competition will also be played tomorrow. It has been hiatus for a very long time, but they decided to bring it back now. Chelsea and Manchester City ladies will be playing the Chi tomorrow right there at Wembley. They play first after some hours. Then you have the men coming out to also play theirs by 4:30 p.m. So the Belgian Grand Prix right now, we can tell you that we've seen the first and second practices. The first one was all Mercedes 1 and 2, the fastest. Then Max Verstappen and Ricciardo came in as just mentioned. Then the second, it kind of changed. It was Max Verstappen and Ricciardo 1 and 2 fastest. Surprisingly, like we always say, practices are not really the main thing. Qualifying it is the main thing, and we get a start on the grid come on Sunday. So we have the practice 4, practice 3, and qualifying gate 4 tomorrow. Hopefully, when we are here on air by 3:35 p.m., we'll be able to give you an update on how it will look like when the Grand Prix starts properly on Sunday, where they have the race, the Belgian Grand Prix. So that's what is really going on right now. And of course, going back to the United States, we started from in the morning. We hear more sport now have joined in the protest, and of course, they are all suspending play, and hoping that the government can really listen to them. I hope so that Donald Trump-led administration will listen and talk about it. Now, this is coming in from the National Football League. That's the American football. The Baltimore Ravens, they've promised to use their own level, their platform, to drive change and tackle racism. That they won't stop talking about it. They keep doing what they know they can do that is legal to ensure that they listen. And at the end of the day, this systematic racism that we are witnessing, and it's coming out now. It's massive. Since this present administration, they've done well. They've done, aside of these terms of the economy, the way Donald Trump has balanced the American economy. I give him thumbs up on that. But the way he gets to speak, the way he indirectly encouraged racism somehow, maybe his followers are taking his words too far, and they are the ones perpetrating this thing without him. But sometimes they listen to him and they think that he's saying this. Probably Donald Trump is not saying that, and they go out there and do some negative things.
Yeah, given the economy that he's boasting every time about, he inherited the greatest economy in the world from Barack Obama. So you can't even compare the growth. He's always talking about the economic growth. You can't compare. It's not better than the first 3 years of his administration. It's not better than the last 3 years of Barack Obama's administration. So it was a healthy economy that he inherited from Barack Obama that boosted it. Obama inherited an economy that was in tatters from George Bush. But he was able to build it and handed a very strong economy to Donald Trump. So I'm happy with what the Baltimore Ravens are saying. They've said in a tweet that, look, this is bigger than sports, and I agree. And they said racism is embedded in the fabric of our nation's foundation and is a blemish on our country's history. This is something that you first have to acknowledge, accept it, because if you keep insisting there is no systemic racism, then it means you cannot tackle it. The first thing is the admission of the problem of, we'll even call it a crime, because it is being perpetrated almost every day against people of a particular skin color in the United States of America. So now that sports have recognized their awesome power and they are beginning to speak out, they are beginning to take stand, they are beginning to even go on strike. AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, she even clarified what Milwaukee Bucks, what they did, that look, you guys didn't boycott, you actually went on strike. You were exercising your right as a worker to say, because of certain prevailing circumstances, I am withdrawing my service. Yeah, you can come back later. Yeah, but boycott is like, you do not patronize somebody. Maybe somebody sells around. Okay, we are not going to buy anything from you. That's boycott. But this one, what they are doing is legal. It is recognized by the Constitution that a worker can go on strike. So that's basically what they are doing. So I'm happy that the Baltimore Ravens are taking this stance. I hope all big sports franchise in the United States of America will follow suit, so that these people will know that once you do anything like this, then you are going to get a reaction. And it's really, really sad that in spite of what has happened just recently, a couple of months back, it was this year that George Floyd died. It's still very fresh, yet people could still do it with impunity because they feel that, look, nothing is going to happen. The white man that I was talking about, it's not even yet a man. He's a boy. He's not even, he cannot even vote. He has to be 18. So he cannot even vote at the moment. But you went with a gun and you shot people. And the two people that he killed were white. White people were also coming out to protest. We've seen white neighbors kneeling in front of their black neighbors to say, we are sorry, we have failed you over there, because that is the truth. That's what has happened, because many of them live together. Yeah, so if you are living with your neighbor and you can see clearly that something is happening and you are not saying anything just because you have a different skin color, I mean, it's something else. The basketballer who's from Gambia and Germany, she told us what happened. They came to their house, saw the father who was a black man, and they were going to arrest the father and take him away, even when he was trying to tell them, I live here. It took the arrival of her mother, who was a white woman, to say he lives in this house, he is my husband. You know, so that's how racist some of these people can be. Okay, if you are going to arrest a black man in a house, why don't you also arrest the white woman in the house? So if the wife had not come home at that point, maybe there is nothing that the man can say that will make them believe that he actually owns that house, he actually lives in that house. You know, so sometimes they see you are black and you wear particular jewelry or you are driving a particular car, they assume that you've snatched the car or you've just stolen the car or something. So it's really, really disappointing, and I'm happy that they are now using the awesome power of sports to fight this injustice.
All right, time for you guys to be part of the show this evening. Remember, the numbers are 0706 263 9275 or 0903 939 4427 plus 0812 178 9154.
Also have cards to be won, so.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Okay. Thank you, man.
We got a question for you. Card day to win. 1,000 naira courtesy of President Sinagogo. Yeah, you know, said right now, Lionel Messi they reign. Yes, and we don't know the club where we go, but the Liverpool manager don't say they're not going to fit by him. So maybe Manchester City or Paris Saint-Germain go fit afford them. But I mean, tell us the boyhood club of Lionel Messi for Argentina. They don't even come out. They say make Lionel Messi come play for them, making come home. So tell us the name of that club. Yes, the club where Lionel Messi played for. We have mentioned it several times. So. But without talking, I'm not concerning Lionel Messi now.
Yeah, for a first contract.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Sorry, we want to make you win, but you know that. Okay.
We're going to try again. We'll try that. Try a lot. Hello. Yes, good evening. Sorry? OZ, you want to contribute or you just want to play the game? Straight up. that too. I've forgotten the name of this defender.
Which club?
Liverpool.
The guy from,
Yeah. We heard you guys in for Thiago Alcantara now, so maybe you should wait. Okay, let's see if you can win this one now. When was the last time you guys won the FA competition? Last time you guys won it. Are you sure? Is that your final answer? No, you are so sure. Okay, all right. It's 2006. All right, you give us your number now. You give us your number, and we send the recharge card to you. You know. Okay. Hold on. Call the number. 070 69 00. Sorry? 26. Okay. 81. Okay. Let me call it again. 0706 900 26 81. Is it the yellow network? The yellow network. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. We'll get back to you. All right. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell us where you're calling us from.
Desmond from Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to play the game? Do you have?
Yeah, there are 4 more, but the yellow network is gone, so we only have the red and the green network.
Okay. You want to play the game?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to look at one of the things we analyzed and try to ask you something from it. What fan are you? Oh, Super Eagles fan. That's very. You actually are ready for this. Okay, answer this one. Okay, Brian, ask him.
Give us the Nigeria. We've won the Africa Cup of Nations 3 times. Give us the years that we won those titles.
1980, 1994, and 2013.
Yeah, we want everybody to win. So, give us your number. But no problem. We can send to you, but it's only green and red that we have. So, you know what to do with it. Or if you have somebody that you can give us the number that uses either the green or the red.
The green.
Is that?
The green one. G. No, yeah, G.
Okay, the
With A.
Somebody.
You
090 14
76.
No. Give us your number. We'll send it to you.
Then you cannot transfer it to that person.
Is this your number?
Yes.
Okay. 09014 76 00 76.
Yes.
That's 090 147 60
Yes.
076.
Yes.
Okay, so we should send the red network to you, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. No problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We are done for the game today. We're given 2. So we've now given out 3. We've got 3 more, so we'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. I'll take more calls and then come back to the text messages. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I'm Patrick, calling from Hong.
Okay, talk to us.
Yeah, I just want to say a big congratulations to Thiago Silva for completing his most awaited move to Chelsea, and what I think he's going to bring to the Chelsea defense more experience, and I hope to see them competing for silver next year.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Yes, good evening. Alright, sure, you talk to us. Sorry, you have to wait until tomorrow before you can participate. Today's game is over till tomorrow. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell us anywhere you're calling us from. Okay, Ben, talk to us. Sorry. Till tomorrow.
We are done for today till tomorrow.
Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
I'm from the Nation Circular.
Okay. Welcome to the family.
Sign who? They never complete them yet. Now Thiago Silva then signed today. We don't know now. We don't know when they complete them. We will tell you. They don't already agree now, just to release, to tell the public, say, okay, oh, he has officially signed 9 remains. So no worry, he will sign.
Ben Chilwell, left back. You better get it done. Okay, Kepa, come Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's take a look at the messages.
Oh, okay. Let's see. This one reads, good day, guys. Is there any Man United transfer? Utaka brothers also played for Nigeria. Kido from Ipobahi. We're not asking that a question today now. It was yesterday that we asked. Good day, guys. Oga Ibra, if Man United buy Ben Chilwell, they will sell it for £80 million, but Chelsea got it cheap from Osasuna. Chelsea has one Marina Granovskaya who seems to have mastered the art of the game. Ogas of sports just think I found difficult to reach KU almost every day. Chris from Oriel. Okay, let me understand what you said at the beginning. Can Okocha and Iwobi go together as brothers that played for Super Eagles? No, no. Alex Iwobi is the nephew of Austin Gogo Okocha. That's Okocha's sister. Naomi, the mama of Alex Iwobi. But Okocha actually had a brother who played for the Super Eagles. He played before Austin Okocha. Emmanuel Okocha. He played at the August 90 Africa Cup of Nations. In fact, he scored Nigeria's only goal in that 5-1 humiliation by Algeria. Okay, so if you had said Austin Okocha and Emmanuel Okocha, you would have been right. Good evening, sportsmen. Please, Oga Ibrahim, the Chelsea sign Kai Havertz. My name is Mark from Exeter. They've not completed the signing yet, but we hear the deal is in place already. They've agreed they'll pay £72 million upfront, then pay 18 million. So everything would be £90 million. Bonjour, mon ami. I think Messi should leave Barca now that the ovation is loudest before he gets the Wenger treatment when his form dips. Okay, he wrote 4M. Okay, Wales. Is it now that the ovation is louder? I think the ovation was loudest like 3 or 4 years, even maybe 5 years back of Lionel Messi. He just ended his first trophy-less season in Barcelona, and in terms of even goal scoring, the records, his stats were not very good, even if he was highest in La Liga, So I don't think this is when the ovation is loudest for him. What I meant in my earlier text was counting from when Ronaldo came to the La Liga. Did he win more La Liga than Messi did? Did he win more Copa del Rey than Messi did? Ronaldo beats Messi with just one UCL title. Forget it is back to back. Ronaldo beats him there by one UCL title. But apart from that, what else? How then did Ronaldo do better than Messi in Spain? Because someone called yesterday to spill that out. Too much sentiment from Ronaldo fans, but truth can't hide. Messi is too good, and if he leaves Barca, the whole La Liga will feel it. This doesn't seem like too much sentiment from a Messi fan, but for the Ronaldo fan, it's too much sentiment.
Exactly.
Messi is not going anywhere. It's just his normal trick, really. Well, something came out today, and a respected sports journalist in Barcelona is saying that he doesn't think Messi will leave, that his family, his children, they are settled in Spain, so he doesn't want what happened to him when he was a child, when he had to leave Rosario in Argentina at the age of 13. So maybe he might not even leave this I don't know, but it's looking like he's going to leave. But if he doesn't leave, I will not be surprised.
One thing is certain. One day, Lionel Messi will definitely leave Barca. Are those the messages?
Yeah,
okay. Hello. Just want to take your call. We're still here. 0706-263-9275, 0903-939-4427, plus 0812-178-9154. I was expecting Arsenal fans to call and talk about their sheet tomorrow. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name.
Good evening, Mr. Vista. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you guys for what you're doing. You've entertained us in such a great way. I give you kudos. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you too.
I'm an Arsenal fan, calling from a Super League, Benin.
Okay.
So I want to urge my team to do the needful. We need reimbursement with the midfield, most especially. And I think Mr. Teta should know what to do to try as much as possible to make that midfield most effective. Creativity is one thing that we lack. We lack it in the final third in our attack. So we need a creative midfielder, and if Lacazette is going, we also need a good replacement for him. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Now, Usman from Jerry.
Let's come talk to us. Okay.
What time did they match?
4:30 p.m.
4:30. Hello.
4:30 p.m.
Okay. What time is that? We still give them what we did the last time. That is too much.
Okay. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Can William play against Liverpool tomorrow?
I don't know. Just the other general with Arsenal. I seriously don't know.
Why are you asking if he could play? Hello?
It's a thing already.
Why did you ask? Yeah. So why? Is there any reason why you think you cannot play? I don't understand why you have to ask.
No, I just want to see if there is any restrictions.
No restriction. No restriction. I thought maybe you were asking whether his injury, maybe because when he left Chelsea. No, there's no restriction. He's absolutely free. He's an Arsenal player. He can play if he's selected.
Let's take one more and wrap things up today. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Quickly.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, even can I have everything on the
Dan, these days we hardly get to hear you. Thank you so much for calling. That's the show this evening. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon by 3:35 p.m. Have yourself a wonderful night rest and bye-bye.
92.7 KUFM.
To let una know say our governor Godwin Obaseki and him deputy Philip Shaibu where they do all the better work for Edo State where we dey see and where we